In a small, sun-baked village nestled amongst rolling hills lived an old man named Ram. He was a familiar sight, often found sitting under the vast shade of a banyan tree, staring out into the distance. The villagers, busy with their toiling in the fields, often whispered about him, calling him lazy. Ram, however, was a man of dreams, or so he claimed. He spoke of opening a shop, buying land, and living a life of ease. But his words were like smoke, drifting away with the wind, never taking form. Years slipped by, and Ram's dreams remained just that, dreams. His once vibrant spirit began to dim, mirroring the fading light in his eyes. His family, a wife and a young grandson named Raju, bore the brunt of his inaction. Their meals became meager, their clothes worn, and their home filled with the quiet despair of poverty. One evening, little Raju, his stomach rumbling, asked Ram if there was any bread. The cupboard was bare. That night, Ram couldn't sleep. The weight of his unfulfilled promises pressed heavily on his chest. The next morning, Ram, with a heavy heart, joined the villagers in the fields. The work was grueling, his body aching under the relentless sun. But for the first time, he earned a few coins. That evening, he overheard men at the village store talking about saving money. "If you save, you are safe," they said. Inspired, Ram found an old glass jar and began dropping his meager earnings into it. Week after week, the jar filled, offering a glimmer of hope. One day, Raju discovered the jar and asked about it. Tomorrow," Ram replied, a spark of his old pride returning. But life remained harsh. Essentials were sacrificed for the sake of the jar. Shoes went unreplaced, meals were scarce. Ram's wife, unable to bear the hunger any longer, questioned the purpose of saving if they were starving. Ram had no answer. Then a simple observation changed everything. Ram saw his neighbors carrying eggs and milk, walking with a calm assurance he lacked. He remembered Raju's innocent suggestion from long ago. What if we buy chickens? This time, Ram didn't just dream, he acted. He used his savings to buy a few scrawny chickens. The chickens thrived under Raju's care, and soon eggs began to appear. They ate some, sold some, and bought more chickens. The once silent yard was now filled with the clucking of hens and Raju's laughter. Ram meticulously recorded every egg, every sale. He realized that the jar of coins had been stagnant, losing value against rising prices, while the chickens were a living investment, growing and providing. One afternoon, holding a fresh egg, Ram explained to Raju, "This is worth more than a jar of money. It feeds us. It grows. It does not lose value." Raju hugged him, declaring him no longer lazy. Ram, with tears in his eyes, replied, "No, my child, I finally learned. Never save money just to save. Make it work. Make it grow." Ram had discovered a profound truth. True wealth isn't in hoarding coins, but in investing in something that sustains and multiplies. He had transformed from a dreamer into a doer, learning that the path to a better tomorrow is paved with action today.